Thanksgiving's what, the 20?
Okay, call to order the meeting of Mayor and Council. Thank everybody for being here. If you'll please rise for the invocation. Heavenly Father, first we want to lift up Israel and pray peace on all the people there. We also want to lift up the name of Jesus as we head into the most holy of seasons. Be with our town, be with our meeting, that we would honor you with all that we say and do. We ask this all in Jesus' name, and everybody says, Amen. Please remain standing for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
May you be seated. Okay, do we have any changes to tonight's agenda?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay, you've all received the minutes from our October 24th meeting. If there are no questions or comments, I'll accept the motion to receive those minutes.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman McCoy. Is there a second?
Councilman Holland, I second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Before we get started tonight, I do want to remind all of council, I know Mrs. Newcomer has already coached all of you, that you need to be very close to your mic so everybody online can hear what you're saying. So everybody's in agreement that they got that message tonight, that they know to be very close. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Touche. If guilty, speak. Okay, we do have a public hearing at 7:05, so to be good stewards of our time, we're going to go on to new business number.
Let's do public comment.
I'm sorry, I've moved on. Do we have anybody here for public comment? No one's here for public comment?
All right, thank you.
Okay, all right. So if we can move on to new business number one, we'll go over the bids. Is Mr. Mears coming up for that? Or
Yes, he is. He's a little surprised, but he's coming up.
In there? Okay. Yep, so, good evening.
Evening.
So this is from the fire department generator project. This is the old generator that we've taken out of there. So we just decided to go ahead and put it up for sale as we had no use for it anymore. So I sent it out to, we advertised it and then sent it out to a few vendors, and we only received one bid back. This is our actual current generator provider, or service provider now, and they gave us a bid of $3,000.
okay, are there any questions in regards to the selling of the old generator? If not, I'll accept the motion.
All right, Mr. Mayor, Councilman King, I'll make a motion to award the bid for the used 2,000 kilowatt generator to Premium Power Services LLC as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, Councilman McCoy seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. It's 7:03. Thoughts?
You want to try Bill Bennett, Director of Electric?
Mr. Bennett, would you like to, we'll go to bids for, oops, we're going to go to new business number 3, and we'll ask Mr. Bennett to walk us through that. Thank you. We'll keep moving around the agenda tonight.
Good evening. I'm
Good
really
evening.
good.
Good evening. Good evening.
What I want to ask for is to purchase some transformers. Over the last 2.5, 3 years since COVID, you've been supporting the electric department very well. Getting transformers ordered. I haven't had to tell anybody yet we can't do a project because we don't have one, but I'm currently out of 25 kVA single pad transformers and only have 3 50 kVAs left. I have some on order, but they were ordered with a 26 or 28 week delivery, and it's been about 63 weeks and they're not in yet. So from a different manufacturer, I would like to order 8 25 kVA single phase pad mount transformers. The last price I had was $6,158, and 7 50 kVA single phase pad mount transformers. My last price was $6,949. The total for single phase transformers would be $97,907. This would be a budget overrun, and I would propose using the money in transformer reserves. These transformers would be used in Merrifield 1 Phase 4, Merrifield 2, Phase 1, and Dolby South that you just approved the preliminary site plans. I would also like to go out to bid for 5 3-phase pad mount transformers for the Nolan Capital Shopping Center project, talking with one of their engineers with estimated loads. So I'd like to order 300 kVA 12208, 500 12208, and 750 or 1000 12208. The last prices I had on those would be $116,912, but some of these prices are well over 2 years old, so won't know till the bids come back.
Right. Okay, are there any questions for Mr. Bennett?
I got one. Hey,
Yes, sir.
are these all from the same vendor?
The single phase it'd be the same, it'll be a different manufacturer.
Okay.
Like the ones were ordered. The bids will go out to Annixter Power, Kendall Power, and Armco Transformers. Annixter represents at least 2 different 3-phase transformer manufacturers.
Okay.
So we won't know until we get the bids back.
Okay, any other questions for Mr. Bennett? Okay, if not, I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make the motion to approve the request of the Director of Electric, Bill Bennett, to place an order for 17 single-phase pad mount transformers and execute a bid for 5 3-phase pad mount transformers to be funded by Transformers Reserves as presented.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman McCoy. Is there a second?
Councilman Holland, I second that motion.
Okay, thank you very much. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Mr. Bennett, as always, thank you for keeping us ahead of the development. It's kind of rolling in kind of quick now, and with the lead times, we appreciate you staying on top of this.
Thank
Make
you
sure
for
we're
your
not caught.
support.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
sir. Thank
Appreciate
you,
it.
Mr. Bennett.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and close our regular meeting and open up our public hearing. And I'm going to call up Mr. Mike Jones from Sussex County to walk through the Community Development Block Grant.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for being here.
And I thank you, you and the council for letting us be here this evening. I'm a program rehab counselor for the Sussex County Community Development. Our office is we asked to go to different towns and do this to go through our grant program. Our office applies and administers the Sussex County Development Block Grant Program to towns and cities in the county. We've been working with Seaford for many years. The program uses funds from HUD, the allotted Delaware State Housing Authority for Sussex and King County. Apply for the funding on a competitive basis. The purpose of this funding is to assist low to moderate income rehab and housing related items. One requirement of a CDBG program is to hold a public hearing, which that's what we're doing this evening, to give the opportunity to explain our program, to give an update, but most importantly, to give the citizens and local leaders a chance to have any input in an upcoming application. As far as what Seaford has asked for us to do in the past years is for a housing rehab. And some of the requirements to actually help out with the rehab program is the income guidelines have to be 8% of low to moderate income. Another requirement, you have to own your home. You have to be a homeowner. And the other one of the things we have left less than $15,000 in liquid assets in the bank, as far as cash on hand. Income guidelines is you can make up to for one person can make up to $49,000 a year, and it goes up approximately $7,000 a year after that, above that, for each person. 2 people can make up to $56,900. 4 people can make up to $71,000 a year. Like I said, historically, a majority of the funding for the housing is rehab, which when I speak of rehab, I mean doors, windows, roofing, anything of that nature. It's, of course, we do electrical and handicap ramps and that as well as needed. One of the other things I like to explain every time we do this is that we have to put a lien on the property. The lien on the property means we're just making sure the house didn't get flipped in a timely manner when we do the work. We're not out here just fixing up people's homes for them to flip the home. our purpose is if you can keep you in your home comfortably. So if we spend less than $15,000 on your home, it's a 5-year lien, and that's it's time sensitive. There's no money coming back to the county. In 5 years it goes away. So for a $10,000, for example, it would be $22,000 a year would come off of that. In 5 years it goes away. If it's over $15,000, it's a 10-year lien. So that's how it goes. It comes. We get asked a lot of times. He says, "Well, you know, if something happens to me and my husband before the lien's done, what happens?" Well, if it stays in the family, you know, if it don't get sold, it just continues on until the time goes away. And now if the family would sell it, and then we get paid back to whatever remainder of the liens left on the thing. We don't ever stand in front of nobody for a family member to keep the home if they wish to keep it in the family. And that seems like that's a big thing, because I deal with a lot of elderly people, and especially here in Seaford. We do a lot here. Over the past, this is a pretty wild number. I looked it up today. Over the past 5 years, Seaford received over $487,000 from our office to come in and do rehab work in the town here. And I've been doing this for 26 years. And back 20 years ago, that was a lot more money than it is today. Like we all know, $20,000 don't go a long way for a job like it used to. And by saying that though, we've done 26 jobs in the last 5 years with Seaford with that money. Currently, we're working on an amount of $120,000 we got last year for Seaford. We've done 3 jobs are in bid process right now, and we looked to at least do 2 or 3 more with that money. So, see how it goes. Like I said, the main reason we're here tonight is to ask the town to have a public hearing to do this, so we can go ahead through with the grant program. One nice thing about it is you have 15 houses on your current waiting list in Seaford. We got to have at least 4. You guys have 15, which that's awesome. And so in case something drops out, we still got plenty of houses to pick from. And that's your town manager, your town people here working with us, and they do work with us. They do call us when they see a need in town, and that's a big help for us, and of course a help for Seaford as well. Like I said, the main reason to hold a public hearing is have input from the council as well as the people here in the audience. So at this time, if anybody has any questions for me, I'll be glad to answer any questions you guys would have.
All right, does anyone have any questions from City Council? Councilman King?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, before I get into my question, just, thank you for what your organization has done for our community. That's a big lift, and we truly appreciate it. Can we talk a little bit about the waiting list? So that waiting list, based on what you said, I would assume carries over from year to year.
That's correct.
So if you've got 14 people on the waiting list currently, so would it make sense for someone to sign up to be 15th? I mean, does it go in order? So would it make sense for somebody, even though you may not get to them for a while, would it make sense for them to go ahead and sign up anyway?
Well, luckily, Seaford is one of the towns that gets money every year. I don't know of a year that lately that they haven't got money. So if we do get you this year, we would get you next year.
Okay.
But see, that's so different of our county-wide waiting list. Our county-wide waiting list is anything that's not in a town or in one of our areas. So, and it's about 800 people long. So we're a lot longer to get to the people. So if you're on any town, get on the town's waiting list is always better. It's quicker. But going back to your question, a lot of it is that even though you're 7 or 8 on a waiting list, just because you're number 1 or 2, things happen. People pass away, people sell homes, people get the work done themselves, whatever. And we may go through 2 or 3 names before we do the first job.
Sure.
And that happens a lot, so that's a big thing. And so that's just because if you would be 9 or 10 or 7 or 8 down the list, could get you a lot quicker than any other part of our program.
So I guess that and the magnitude of the work too, right?
Yes,
So
and we never know
if
till
I'm
we go.
5 and I need a couple windows, and
Yeah.
so that could be something, you could go through that pretty easily and then move right on
Yeah,
down
move
the
right
road.
on to the next
All right,
person.
thank you, I appreciate
Yeah,
that, thanks.
No problem. Thank you. for
Okay,
the
are there
question.
any other questions for Mr. Jones from council? Okay, this is a public hearing. Is there anybody here in the public that has a question? Okay,
Quite.
Mr. Thank you so much. We do appreciate everything you do.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you very
for your
much.
help.
Thank you.
Been here many years, been you guys a long time, and appreciate everything you guys do for us.
And we
do.
appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, we do need a motion from, we're going to go ahead and,
Public hearing.
yeah. we're going to go ahead and close our public hearing, or we're going to keep it open while we do a motion? We're going to close the public hearing at 7:15. We'll reopen our regular meeting. But we do need a motion from council to move forward with this grant program. So if there are no further questions, I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Mayor, Councilman Holland, I make the motion to approve participation in the development of application to the State of Delaware Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, program to include the City of Seaford, and permit the mayor to execute all necessary documents on behalf of the city as presented.
Okay, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second the motion.
Councilman McCoy seconds. Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. We'll get that paperwork signed right. We're going to get that paperwork signed really quick, so. All right, we're going to go back to new business number 2 and go to the bids for the lift station on Pine Street. Oh, Mr. Derbyshire is going to walk us through. All right.
Mayor, council.
Good evening.
Good evening. All right, so back on November 8th, we opened 5 bids for the Pine Street lift station improvements. TK Construction was the low bidder in the amount of $290,249.20. All the bid documents looked good. We called references, had very favorable references on TK Construction as well as their subcontractor they proposed to use for the electrical work. Accordingly, we have found TK Construction to be the lowest responsible bidder. We make a recommendation of award to TK Construction in the amount of $290,249.20. I will note that the city had budgeted $300,000 for that construction work, so the work is within budget.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions from council in regards to this project? If not, I will accept the motion.
All right, Mr. Mayor, Councilman King, I'll make a motion to award the bid for the Pine Street lift station renovation to TK Construction in the amount of $290,249.20 as presented.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman King. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Councilman Bradley seconds. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you again for all your work on this. Appreciate it. Okay, do we have any old business?
No, sir, we do not.
Okay, reminder of meetings.
Just a few caroling in the park event on Monday, November 27th at 7 p.m. in Gateway Park across the street. Thanksgiving is next Thursday and Friday. City offices will be closed. And then December 2nd is the Christmas parade, and it's 7 o'clock is step off. Lineup is at 6 o'clock on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Is there a rain date for the parade, do you know?
I believe there is not this year. That's
Okay.
new. Yep.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, thank you very much. All right, we'll go to committee reports, and we'll start with codes, Parks and Rec. Councilman Bradley.
Mayor Genshaw, City Manager Anderson, fellow council members, city employees, and guests. We'll start with Parks and Recs. Jay's Nest. They had required extensive repair. Bobby spotted a barrier that needed its attention. It's been taken care of. Currently, mulching is being done there, and it's Optimus Park. Fall sports are completed. The magic number for the baseball program was 120. They had 162 register, so it's going to be a busy time, but it's a good thing, right? Grant program along Riverwalk at 30 grand has been passed. We're waiting for the official documents. Mr. Steve Schwartz notified myself and Katie about a sealant used at the other fountain that was repaired previously and was successful. So Katie at this time is approaching the people that are going to do the repairs to see if it's compatible with the coating that's currently there. And I thank Steve Schwartz for his interest and his efforts in this. Evidently, he sought help from a retiree, which he happens to sleep with. So, okay. Code enforcement. Okay, the rental renewal permits will be going out soon, but he has been on medical leave. Muirfield is currently up to 26 building permits. East Park Business Center is almost complete, and Bel Air first of 6. SIC Bel Air, the first 6 homes of 10 have been completed. Respectfully submitted, Michael Bradley.
Very good. Thank you very much. Councilman Henderson is out tonight, but he did want to make sure we recognize the fire prevention poster winners. And the chief is here, and I'm going to let him do that honor. That's a big deal.
Good evening, Mayor, Council.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
City residents that are listening. Just give you a little background on the fire prevention poster and essay contest. It's been going on for many, many years. Seaford has been a huge proponent and one of the very first communities in the United States that started it way back in old people times. Delaware is like one of the longest running fire prevention poster and essay contests in the whole United States. It's been recognized a few times for it. The way the program works is that we submit the packets from the Sussex County Fire Prevention Committee that comes from the state of Delaware. They get issued to all of our schools or any home schools or anybody that's interested in participating. This year we submitted packages to West Seaford, Fred Douglass, Seaford Middle, Central, Montessori, and Cross Christian Academy. As you can see, only 2 schools after as we received the posters and essays back, the firefighters and members of the department judged them at Station 87 on a Wednesday night, and 2 schools came out on top. The other schools of this. I apologize for not bringing some of the posters. I had them. I didn't grab them out the fire station when I left. Very unprepared. So I appreciate Trish doing some stuff here to put out. Actually, very nice, Trish. Oh my God. So you're just as talented as I am. So so as we go along, these are the who is going to be awarded as the in-district fire poster and essays, and I'll talk about the county association one here in a second. So in kindergarten, Sunez Sadalimas, I'm sorry if I messed your name up, from West Seaford is the first place winner. Second place is Rosie A. Cabrera Portillo from West Seaford. Third place is Mia Cameron from West Seaford Elementary, all kindergarten students. I have not, we just got the awards, so we'll be going out to the school to take pictures of these children with their principal stuff pretty soon here. First grade, first place is David Johansson Mattis from West Seaford. Second place is Rashad Bryant III out of West Seaford Elementary. Third place is Mahali Salazar Rodriguez out of West Seaford Elementary. Second grade, first place is Joy Jones out of West Seaford Elementary. Second place is Aspen Kane out of West Seaford Elementary. And third place is Julian Kwan out of West Seaford Elementary. Third grade, first place, Jade Sandoval Hernandez out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Second place is Willow Pinkerton out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Third place is Bella Jones out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Fourth grade, first place is Taisha Hagens out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Second place is Janselyn Ramirez Garcia out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Third place is Alicia DeShield Stevenson out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Fifth grade, first place is Amani Armwood Cannon out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Second place is Alexa Sanders out of Fred Douglass Elementary. Third place is Diane Batson out of Fred Douglass Elementary. And the special education group is first place is Gary Shepard out of Fred Douglass. Second place is Sorrenti West out of Fred Douglass. And third place is McKenny Smith out of Fred Douglass. So there are all the entries that we have. Like I said, it does go up to 8th grade, depending on the thing. We did not get anything from the upper grade of that. I just want to say, now what happens is we ship these to the Sussex County Fire Association. They already judged them. We do have 5 winners in this group. I do not know who they are. So that means if they place first place out of this group, then they'll go to the state level, which is in January for their award banquet. So the award banquet for Sussex County will be, it's coming up here. It's at Laurel on the 3rd Tuesday, I think, of the month. So we'll be at Laurel with them in the beginning for this there. to do that. These are the winners. I just want to, like I said, I just want to send out, I would appreciate all, I appreciate all the Seaford School District administrators, teachers, aides, parents. I also appreciate the Montessori School and Cross Christian Academies, teachers and administrators and stuff. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do this program every year. I know sometimes it gets a little less and less of the period that we have to move forward with it, but like I said, it happens every year. It also is open to homeschool students, or if there's homeschool people or homeschooled students within our fire district, outside the city, it's all 77 square miles, they're also eligible. So they can reach out to the fire department next year around June or July, and we can get them also a packet if they're interested in participating. I'm sorry that I forgot the packet to show you some of the posters, but we'll give you an update after the county event, and then see if anybody goes to the state. Other than that, fire, I know the thing is, if you haven't seen, October is a very busy month for fire prevention in the Seaford Fire Department, and I know you didn't read the report, but I just want to make sure you guys realize that during the month we did 21 events. There were 66 hours of volunteer community hour time with community and career services. We saw 2,592 children with interactions. 2,592 kids that volunteers showed in 66 hours. There was 1,371 adults and 127 Seaford Volunteer Fire Department and career personnel provided programs and events. That's a lot of effort for us to have education, fire safety education for our community. And most of it happened right here in the city of Seaford. We don't go too far out of it. So we appreciate your time. We appreciate your effort. Please check your smoke alarms. It's that time of year. So,
Amen.
thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you, Jack.
Chief, thank you for being here to present those winners, but, and I know the school system does a great job promoting it, but I also think that you and your department creating those connections and relationships with the schools by going out gets that involvement too. So I don't want to discount the efforts you make to be a big part of our community, not just fighting fires. So appreciate all that our fire company does for us. So thank you. All right, next we have Administration IT, Councilman Holland.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. They met with Montessori school staff to discuss traffic safety and school growth plans, so I'm assuming they're growing. And they opened and submitted bids for Pine Street Lift Station, what we spoke on tonight, renovation project. And IT is troubleshooting audio within the council members, as we see tonight. And they attended various other meetings and events, and all their work is routine. That concludes my report.
Is the audio getting fixed? It's so, how about that? So I do want to thank you guys. I've noticed all of you have scooted up and appreciate that
It's all the
effort.
Verizon people standing behind us.
That's right.
You hear me
Thank
now?
you. All right, next we have Electric, Councilman McCoy.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I hit a few highlights on the report. Since the last report, the department has changed out the switch cabinet at SVSC for the lift station project. They checked the bulbs in the Christmas lights before putting them up. Repaired and hung the automatic capacitor bank back on circuit 320, and cut down a tree on Nylon Boulevard. Regarding our director, he had a standard director's meeting, staff meeting, and council liaison meeting. I went with the crew on the annual nighttime street light check before Halloween and had a progress meeting on the SVSC lift station. Over the course of the next few weeks, going to change SCADA protocol in substation to IP, help put the Christmas lights in Gateway Park and the display in the Gateway Park and Kiwanis Park, and also to help Blaze put up their Christmas lights as well. A couple quick shout outs off the electric department. To the chief's point about the fire department being out in the community, we got a chance to see them many times out for events around Halloween. I know you mentioned about 2,500 hours, Chief. I'm sure about 1,000 of those were spent with McCoy kids alone, so that was
There's a whole separate category.
that's right. That's right. They always have a good old time with the chief. So, and to our Parks and Rec department, just finishing up the soccer program. Really well done all year round. Did not see of any issues out there. they're out there, at dawn, getting the fields ready, and it goes till midday, and there's so many kids and so many parents out there every single Saturday. It's really well done. Katie and Tina are out there every single Saturday. If you see them, you should thank them for what they do, because it's a really top-notch program, and I'm proud to be a part of it. So that's been my report.
Okay, thank you very much. Next, Public Works Wastewater Treatment, Councilman King.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The report has been submitted in its entirety. I'm just going to hit some of the highlights, starting with the Public Works Department. The Seaford Village Lift Station project is going well, as the Seaford Volunteer Fire Department generator replacement project is going along smoothly as well. Mount Olivet parking lot is sealed and stripped. The leaf machine is out and about, and the collection has started. The fire hydrant on Nanticoke was replaced. The team has been out cleaning up some derelict properties for the code department, and the Pine Street lift station bids, as we discussed, have been received. Jumping over to the wastewater treatment facility, the plant is running well. Dewatering has been going smoothly. The east filter did fail. The limit switch bracket was replaced, and everything's back online. The new RAS pump has arrived. They will be jumping on that project pretty soon. And then they're going to meet with GMB again on the plant upgrade project. Some of the projects that's going to be happening over the next few weeks, they're going to install new water service to Shipley, 411, install 2 new water services on North Street. And of course, the work continues on replacing fire hydrants. And as always, keep the plant up and running with 0 violations. And with that, Mr. Mayor, that concludes my report.
All right, thank you. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the reports that our police chief and fire chief send us. They're in there for your reading. I hope you'll take time to do that. I also did want to take a moment to thank the city for setting up for Veterans Day, and for the fire company being out there in full force, and our police department being out there. Katie's group again, Ms. Hickey's group did a great job setting up for that event. It means a lot to veterans, and appreciate those who could make it and be a part of that honoring day. So with that, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion from Councilman McCoy. Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Councilman Bradley seconds. Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah, man, so that's interesting. I didn't realize that. I assumed when I saw your announcement